good. Beer is good. Beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
You guys are driving me nuts.
Sorry, we're playing the Cups game.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay.
Say you do it on purpose. You don't care.
All right.
As we get our game of cups playing here, welcome to the Craft Beer Buzz here on 93.7 KAZY. I am Tommy T along with
Misty.
And Chuckerdoo, and we are sponsored by the Peppermill.
Thanks, Peppermill.
1618 Stillwater Avenue. If you're not familiar with the Peppermill, because you're not from Cheyenne and maybe you're listening to the podcast, the Peppermill is our local bar that sponsors us. Sorry, Mom, I'll put the cups down. Jeez.
I just have to do the snap, snap, snap.
Sorry, fidgeting. But it's our favorite local bar, not just because they sponsor us, but also because it's my favorite bar in town.
It's my cheers. My cheers.
It's the Cheers of Cheyenne, so they help to keep this possible. So thanks, Peppermill.
Thank you, Peppermill.
Where there's something going on every day of the week at the
Yes.
Peppermill. Get on their Facebook page. You'll see all the cool stuff there.
Yeah, tonight they've got pub trivia going on, which is what they do every Wednesday with LSD Day. Jesus, they sing trivia.
Cool. Let's get some beer going.
Yeah, find that on Facebook.
Okay.
All right, yes, let's get some beer going.
Yes.
So
round one, beer one. Ding.
Post Frontier Days, which is why we all have like giant saddlebags under our eyes. No rodeo,
Yes,
pun
sir.
intended. But I've drank a ton of Coors Banquet, which I love, but I'm all
I did too.
banqueted out. I'm ready to get back to good old-fashioned craft beer. How about you guys?
I'm
Yes.
good. I had my official, my one red beer, because that's the time I have a red beer is Frontier Days.
Uh-huh.
And then I went in and got a banquet after that, and then,
Yeah.
I'm done. I was done. Banquets and red beer.
Yeah, it was pretty much just banquets for me in the days I was there. Yep.
Yep.
So.
Well, and Frontier Days is the world's largest outdoor rodeo.
Yeah.
Yes.
A big pride of Wyoming. Speaking of big prides of Wyoming, we're going to drink some Melvin Brewing today.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Yes.
and it looks like one maybe we haven't had before.
Yes, it's the Hop Shocker. I don't know if we've had this before or not, but this is, I know, shocker. So this is one of Melvin Brewing Company's rotating Imperial India Pale Ales. When Mercedes
so it's
gets
an
done
IIPA.
snapping.
Is that what the IIPAs are?
Yep, the Imperial.
Imperial.
So
Okay.
Imperial in front of the IPA means it's going to be higher in alcohol. It's going to be higher in, mostly just alcohol.
Okay. It's,
But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be as much flavor. Sometimes people think that if it's Imperial, I've heard people under the misconception that it's going to be dark or that it's going to be
It is darker.
higher in flavor.
Okay.
But really the Imperial just means it's going to be higher in alcohol, which means it's going to be about like 7.5% or higher.
this is 8.0 here.
This is 8.0.
So
Yes.
this is a really, really yellow, dark goldeny kind of color.
Yeah.
That has an awesome aroma to it.
Yeah, and it's like
yeah.
I'm picking up like citrus, like tangerines or
yeah,
something. Like,
yeah, tangerine's a great, great descriptor. Sorry, I'm only like, I've got half of my Frontier brains. This is the first beer Melvin started, well, it might not be the first, but it was a beer that they started using where they're experimenting with powderized hops.
Weird.
Yes, so it comes in powder form, and I think it's freaking delicious. They have a cute little cartoon. If you go on their YouTube page, they have YouTube videos for all their Hop Shocker series, and it's a great little story of a little hop cone baby man who gets stolen by World Bev, and then makes his way back home in powderized form because he's been experimented on to the point where he just turns into dust. And then he works his way back, turns back into a full hop man, except his ring finger on one hand goes missing.
Therefore, he is
The Hop Shocker.
loving it big time. That is awesome.
She loves the Shocker.
No, well,
She's a huge fan of the Shocker.
I've never complained once, so I'm not a whiner.
Not sober.
Anyway, so you love telling stories.
I do.
Because
Yeah.
I have like pictures of us like gathered around a table for Chuck's story time, like on our Facebook page. It's hilarious. He has the greatest stories, guys. So
Sort of.
yeah, I mean they're all
That or I'm
dad
just
stories.
long-winded and don't know when to shut up.
No, definitely that too.
Little
What do you
from column
think?
A.
Oh, I love it. I mean, the hops really comes across with this beer here. I was wondering what it says here. Experience pure uncut lupulin powder
Yep.
in their clandestine lab.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, very clandestine.
Should I have said that?
Yes, you can say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's clandestine.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it just is
It's
a
funny
fancy
that
word for
way.
fancy.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe
scientific
they don't
or-
want to know that they have a lab there in
Maybe we
Alpine,
should
Wyoming.
just keep drinking.
Maybe we should just keep drinking. Okay.
So this is a cool can. It's like this. It's like Halloween colors.
Yeah.
It is kind of. You got the little hop cone man all hooked up to his electric chair there, because it is. It's pretty shocking. I mean, it is the hops have a huge punch to it,
Yeah.
but they are the more popular,
Mild.
mild citrus forward
Yeah.
hops.
They're
if
not
this
the
was-
robittery kind of lingering hops.
Yeah,
that
if these were like old school '90s hops that they did this process with, you would just
you
Hey.
would die.
You want to hear a funny story, by the way?
Maybe next segment. We don't have time for any more of your stories. I'm
Yes,
just
we
kidding.
do.
Go ahead.
Oh. So you guys had the local brewers on last week. I was going to be
Yes,
here, but I got
yes.
trapped in the mountains.
Right?
Speaking of hop shocking, I brewed one time with Victor over at The Accomplice, and he
Yes.
had this new. He was experimenting with a paste form of hops.
Okay.
So he goes and he opens this can, and we all wanted to try it, and so I just took this tiniest little dab, like just from the lid, just the resin that was on the lid. I just dabbed it with my finger and just lightly dabbed it on my tongue, and I was like, oh, balls. You know, it was intense.
You could say balls, but you
Yeah.
can't say
Yeah.
balls.
Victor took a glob and threw it in his mouth, and then instantly ran to the bathroom, and he was gone for like a solid 30 minutes.
No joke, man.
was
So
awesome.
very potent.
Oh, wow.
Extremely potent.
Well, they make giant vats of beer. Like they have huge batches. So that's probably why. But
yeah,
it's
so
cool.
yeah, so that would work.
Yeah.
But not
Hops
just
paste.
not direct. Yeah, hop space. It was pretty gross.
Yeah.
But hop powder, I could probably
Stick
see
with the
Vic
powder?
snorting that.
Yeah, I like stick with the powder.
Yeah.
So he couldn't use that paste for any beer or any sort of drinks
No,
afterwards. He
you-
could have.
Oh yeah, you
Oh, he
could
did.
have. Yeah, and he did, but
Okay.
because it dilutes down, but
Yeah.
on its own in a concentrate.
Well,
it
yeah, that's
was
what I'm saying.
insane.
Okay, yeah.
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 Okay.
That's like putting like a little dollop of like wasabi on your finger and just
Right.
trying wasabi.
Right. Totally. Which I love.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it would hurt the same way.
Yeah, burn a hole in your tongue.
Yep.
Yep.
For certain. So.
This is Melvin they're pretty known for their like IPAs, and they're
Yep.
very the hop, like a lot of hoppiness. So
Oh, yeah.
this is probably one of the ones I like more by Melvin because it doesn't, I like that hop flavor that it leaves.
Yeah,
That
it's
tangerine.
It's pretty delish.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my, what do you think, Mercedes? Our resident beer disliker is here.
Yeah. What do you think?
It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not bad,
Okay.
and it's not.
It's growing on you.
Yeah, it is.
Well, because 2
I'm
weeks.
still drinking it. So.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we had some beers that you were like, yeah, I could drink this, and they were
Yeah.
IPAs
Right, and
as well.
I think I really like the beers.
Good.
Last week's.
Yeah, from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excelente. Sorry.
All right. But you've got more of these beers here.
I do have more beers.
All right. All right. Well, we got round 2 coming up of the craft beer buzz. We're going to drink more beer.
That's right.
In more segments
Yes. Thanks, Peppermill.
on 93.7 KZ.